Hello everyone, it's Kathy Champion and you're back here in my craft room and on my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Crafting. I had just tried to go live and many of you were there, my faithful few, and I want to thank you so much for being patient with me, but I think there is some glitch in YouTube today. I don't know if maybe there are too many people on trying to record videos, so I decided just to bring what I needed to do and make it a recorded video, so that way you'll still get the content. I'm still going to do the drawing, so I think before I even get started I'm going to go ahead, you know what, I'm going to save it to the end. Hopefully I won't forget. If I do, I'll come back on with a separate video for just the drawing. But I got my inspiration from this card that I did the other day, and I was just playing around, and which I do real often when I'm trying to come up with something, and I kind of laid this over to the side because it really, I liked it but I wasn't crazy about it, so I thought I'm going to do something a little bit different. I've got my red Rhinestone Basic Jewels, I've got my two ink pads, my Shaded Spruce and Real Red, I've got two stamp sets, Heartfelt Wishes and Evergreen Elegance, and I've got my cardstock cut, and I'm going to put these pieces over here just for a minute because I have a Real Red, and this is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and this is going to be a landscape card, so it's going to open like this, just like this one. And I'm going to lay this one up here just to get it out of our way. And then I have an inside mat that is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to be for our inside. Another mat cut out of Shaded Spruce that's the same size, 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have a piece that we're going to use on the front of our card to do our stamping, and this piece is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. So 5 inches by 3 3/4. So that's all of our measurements. The other thing I did is I pulled two pieces of Designer Series paper, and this is from the oh goodness, I got it right here in front of me. Let me see. Heartwarming Hugs. And I love this paper. I really didn't think I was going to be a fan of it, but I have really enjoyed this paper. And I cut two pieces, and I'm going to recut these so that I can show you. But I cut two strips to go on here out of basic white. All of the measurements and everything will be in the description below, so don't feel like that you're going to miss anything if you don't hurry and write everything down, because I like to make sure everything's there for you so that you can make the same card that I make or as close to it as possible. You know, many times I tell you, you do not have to copy what I do. You can do your own thing. So I've got a scrap of basic white right here. The first thing that I want to do is I want to bring over this green piece, and this, green, this white piece, and we're going to do some stamping with it, and we're going to stamp using our Shaded Spruce. Now I'm only going to use one ink pad, and from this Evergreen Elegance we have this little bowl of greenery, and so I've loaded it up on a stamp block. And we are going to stamp full on. I want to show you something that I like to do that helps me. If I get my piece, let's go to, I'll go to 5 and 10, and then this would be our center. I like to center my cardstock. And the same thing here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half. This would be our halfway. And down here, 1, 2, 3, let's see, 1, 2, 2.5. This would be our halfway mark here. I like to put a little tick mark there so I can just kind of see where my halfway mark is. So what I'm going to do is I want to stamp kind of to the top but not totally. And I'm going to stamp off to the side of my page just a tiny bit like that. And then I'm going to come up right above that and stamp again. And see how that's going to give us like a two-tone look. So I'm going to do the same thing over on this side, and I want to line this up as best I can. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to stamp up here, just like that. Now I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to do the same thing again, top and bottom. So full on, right about here. And then second generation to the top, like that. And this just makes a nice look on your card. So you want to look and try to get these as nice and even as you can, but they don't have to be perfect. What I always tell you about homemade cards, they do not have to be perfect. So I'm going to grab my Stampin Scrub. I've been using this lately. And I'm going to clean the stamp off. And if you're not familiar with the Stampin Scrub, it is a stamp cleaning system, and it works really well with our Stampin' Mist cleaner. You just spray it, but you can activate this with just water. So if you have some already on there and you know it's not real dirty, these pop out, so you can just put like take your pick tool under there. Both of these mats come out. You can take them to the sink and clean them and then put them right back in. That is a great tool to have in your craft room. I love mine. I use it a lot. Okay, so I got the green done. So like I said, this is going to be a Christmas card that if you have the Stamparatus, you could cut all of your paper, put your stamp on, and you could whittle these out in just really quickly. So if this was a card that you wanted to make multiples of. So what we're going to do now is we want to run this middle piece right across the middle, just like that. See how pretty that's going to be? Such an elegant card with very little work. And I'm going to grab my, do I want to use Stampin' Seal? I'm going to use Stampin' Seal. And I'm just going to run a piece across the bottom and across the top. Just like that. And then I want to lay this down. And we're going to put this right. It's going to go all the way from edge to edge. So I'm going to line it up on one side, drop it in, and just give it a press. And then, like I said, I have these pieces. Let me grab my little cheat sheets that I print out for my measurements and what have you. This little piece right here is 1 inch by 5 inches. So if you want to cut along with me, this is just a simple basic cut. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to 1 inch, and I'm going to use this side of my trimmer for this. That gives me something to hold on to right there. So I'm going to cut that at 1, and then I'm just going to turn it, and I'm going to cut it off at 5. And then we have this little piece, and our little piece is going to be, you know what, I think I misdid that one, so that might be a good thing. This piece is going to be 3/4 of an inch by 2 inches. Yeah. And I must not have gotten that one on there right. Let me make a note on this real quick so I'll remember to go in. Yeah, this is 3/4 by 2. And I put the same measurements for both of these. This piece right here is 1 inch by 2 1/4. So this is the one I was looking at, and I knew that wasn't right. So I'm going to use the smaller piece, and I'm going to cut this down to 3/4. So I'm going to take it right to there, sink my blade right there, and then we're going to take this to 2 inches. Oops. And now we've got both of these pieces, and these are the pieces we're going to stamp on. So I've already got them stamped. In case I run into a hiccup, I don't have to stop. We can just keep going. I can pull those. But I have this beautiful word, Merry Christmas, and that comes from Heartfelt Wishes. This is a beautiful sentiment stamp. I love the font. It's so script and beautiful. And it has Merry Christmas, happiest holidays, much gratitude, sending love, cheers, and then it's got to you and yours, this wondrous season, and heartfelt wishes, and a happy new year from our family. So I think that just covers so many different occasions with that particular stamp. I'm going to turn this one over on my stamp block because I seem like I can ink it much more even when it's a long stamp rather than taking the stamp to the ink pad. I'm going to take the ink pad to the stamp. And I'm just going to tap it, tap it, tap it. And once I get that inked up like I want it, I'm going to turn it around. And I am going to come in and sit this down right in the middle, just like that. I'm going to give it a little press. You want to try not to rock your stamps when you're stamping. Just hold them in place, lift them straight up, and you will have a nice image every time. So we got that one done, and now we're going to do the same thing with the little one, and this one says this wondrous season. So I am going to line that up right there. Try to get it nice and straight, and then I'm going to come in and stamp just like that. Now that one didn't turn out as good as this one, so I'm probably going to use that one. But you see the idea. This one looks like it had a little extra ink on the end on the season. So, and that happens. Y'all know it does. You stamp just like I do. So now what I want to do, and you'll see how fast this card's going to come together. We're going to take this piece and it's going to pop up on here. And you can see the difference of what I did. And I just want to show you. I stamped much more greenery on this one, up top and out to the sides. Even though I stamped this one twice, I brought it in where it was tighter. See what I'm saying? Compared to this one. So it's just so many ways that you can do things. So never feel like that your way is right or wrong. There's so many different ways to do everything. So I am going to take a couple of my Stampin Dimensionals, and I'm going to use 2 more here. And y'all can see that I'm out on this page, but y'all know that I like to use these. So I'm going to grab my paper snips, and I am going to cut here and here. And then I'm just going to peel this one off that I just cut, and I'm going to put it right here in the middle. That way I'm not wasting any of my Stampin Dimensionals. And that's going to go right down there. And then I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool, and I am going to pick these off just like so. And put that in the trash. I've got something right there, a little yellow piece of paper or something. It must have been on my Dimensionals. See if I can get that off, because the last thing I want is for that to fall down. Well, it looks like it's stuck on there now. I don't think it's going anywhere. Y'all know Stampin' Dimensionals are pretty strong adhesive, so I don't think that's going to go anywhere. So now I'm going to bring this back over, and this is the same thing. It's 5 inches, so I want to try to get it right in the middle, just like that, and sit it down. And now that looks so pretty. Look how that's raised up, and it is gorgeous. Now we got this one that I'm going to bring down to about here. And it's okay if you want to lap this over that bottom just a tiny bit like that. But I'm going to pop this up on Dimensionals. So again, I'm going to go in and I'm going to cut some of these little pieces, and I'm just going to use these on here like so, and over here, and we'll probably put 1 or 2 in the middle, maybe even just 1. I think 1 would be plenty. So then I'm going to pull these off, want to put this right in the middle of this piece, like that. And then I'm going to use glue on the back of this. Yeah, I'm going to use just regular glue. And the reason I'm using the glue is because I'd already put my dimensionals on here, and I didn't think the Stampin' Seal would be easy to get that on. So we're going to bring this down, and I think I'm just going to bring it right down and butt it up against that. I thought we could have let it overlap, but I want it to come right to the bottom of that card so it's flush right there. Isn't that pretty? So now what we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead and build this card. We're going to put this onto here, and I think I am going to try to use my Stampin' Seal. Oops. So now we're going to put this down right about here. And make sure that Stampin' Seal is pushed back under there. Press that down just like that. And then we can glue the entire thing to the front of our card base. See how fast and easy this card comes together? And I chose this particular card design because I was inspired by the one that I just sat and played with one day. But I also wanted to make this simple for anybody that does not have dies or a die machine, to be able to make this with just cutting your paper, basic paper, no pattern paper, just ink, stamps, and paper. It's called a stamp ink paper. It's a SIP card. So I don't know if you've heard that before, but S for stamps, I for ink, P for paper. So we SIP this card. So now we have this one right here, and I want to grab, I think I'm going to do this little tree on the corner of this card inside, and I hadn't planned on doing that. This particular stamp set, the Evergreen Elegance, also comes with a border punch where you could do a border of trees at the bottom. That would be also very lovely. Let's see. That shaded spruce it is. Let's do that. I think that would be pretty, and we wouldn't have to stamp. Well, let's go ahead and grab out. This is what this punch looks like. It's a really nice punch. Evergreen Elegance. It does pair with this, so if you bundle these two, you save 10%. So I was just saying we're going to make this a SIP card, and then what do? I pull out a little something extra. So I'm going to bring that right here to the edge. I like to do it from the edge and kind of in the middle, like that. And once you get that piece, then I like to line this up into here just like this. See how that's lining up perfectly? And then we're going to stamp. We're going to punch again, and then we're going to come over and line that up one more time and punch that, and that should punch it all the way to the end. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper snips and I'm just going to snip this off just like that. We'll throw that in the trash, and now we can bring our card back over, or our card base, and then we have these beautiful little evergreen trees that we can just glue right down, stamp a sentiment in it. And let's look at our sentiments. Happiest holidays, or how about sending love and heartfelt wishes? I like that. So that'll follow suit with the same font that we have on the front. And heartfelt wishes. I love that. So we're going to stamp this up a little bit higher. Just about like that. And Let me put my pen back in my glue. And now, do I want to stamp it in red or green? And I really think I want to go back with the red and keep everything kind of in the same context with the red stamping on that. So I'm going to grab my real red. Well, what about if we do, you know what, I'm going to change it up. Because y'all know I like to do that. I'm going to do Sending Love in green. In that shaded Spruce, and Heartfelt Wishes that we're going to do in red. I think that'll be pretty. So this one will fit on the ink pad, so I'm just going directly to the ink pad, and I'm going to go up to the top a little bit, Sending Love. And Heartfelt Wishes. I love that. And now all I got to do to finish this card off is put my trees right there, and I'm going to do that with just some regular glue. And this would be really easy to put these down because you can just run a bead of glue all the way across the bottom and just up in each one of these little trees, and then just put them down at the very bottom. Just like that. And now that is all ready to go inside of our card, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal . And I guess I learned a valuable lesson that maybe Saturdays is not such a good day to do a live. So things just did not work out for me yesterday, and I thought, okay, we'll do it tomorrow. And maybe it just wasn't meant to be. You know, sometimes things don't work out for reasons that we do not understand. So that's kind of like with my incident with my dentist appointment this past week. I finally got in for that Tuesday. I went and picked up my new bridges. They did not fit properly. I had to end up going back Thursday. They took those out, and I have my surgical bridges back in, and I go back on December the 2nd. So I am not disappointed. I am hopeful that this was all meant to be. And you know, that's all we can do when you get disappointment. You just got to kind of make the best of it. So that's what I'm doing. So I am going to take some of these little red gems because these are so pretty, and I just want some to go ever so often into this beautiful greenery. And we're just going to scatter them about. Maybe one up on this side. And I'm going to put a couple down here in the bottom. Maybe one there. Maybe one over on this corner. And maybe right there. And I think I want one more right about in here. And I think that will top that card off, and it's perfect. I think that's a really cute, simple, quick, do it in just a few minutes type card that you could make if you were going to a function and you just had to throw a card together in a hurry. This would be the one to grab and make because it's a no frills card, but it's still very elegant, and very pretty. And we got room enough here to sign. I love the way this turned out. I love the Christmas colors, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. And again, I do apologize for the hiccups. I also want to remind you that you have until the 30th of this month, the 30th of November, which will be 10 days from today. I'm looking at my calendar. That will be not this coming Tuesday, but a week from Tuesday will be your last day to take advantage of the signing up, where you can sign up for Stampin' Up. You can be a kidnapper, and what that amounts to is you can choose $125 worth of product. You only pay $75 anytime during the month of November. $75 for $125 worth of product, and then you can enjoy discounts from Stampin' Up. You can be the first to get the catalogs. You can, if you decide you want to sell, you don't have to do YouTube videos. You may have plenty of friends and family that would love to join you in your Stampin' Up adventure. So there's just so many different ways that you can do this, and if this is something that would appeal to you, or if you just want to be your own best customer and snatch the kit and enjoy your discounts, you have to sell $300 or have $300 in sales per quarter, which is not hard to do. And if you get people under you, their sales goes toward your total, so that's even better. So anyway, I hope that you will take advantage of this before it goes away. Now there will be another period that will come up in January through March. That's when our new mini catalog will premiere. Anybody that has not shopped from me in the last 6 months, please email me if you're interested in getting a copy of the new mini catalog. It will go live on January the 1st or 2nd. I think it's the 2nd. Anyway, it will go live and you will be able to purchase those. And any of my demonstrators that are under me, if you are interested in knowing, the catalog is already available for you to see, and you should be receiving your copy in the mail sometime in December. And if you have customers that you want to get catalogs out to, check with me and I will show you how to do that. There's a mail selector where you can send catalogs directly from Stampin' Up to your customers at a huge discount of what it would cost you to mail one out to them, because this way you're only paying for shipping. The other way, you have to buy the catalogs and then pay your shipping, and Stampin' Up gets a much better rate for shipping than we do. And now for our drawing. I did not want to forget that, because I am giving away, and let me go to my name. I already have this already set up, my November 20th giveaway. And if y'all remember last week, which it's been a long week because I didn't do my live on Tuesdays like I would have normally done, but I have this bundle, the Counting Sheep stamp set, and the let me zoom y'all out just a little bit, the Counting Sheep dies. So this is a great little bundle, and one lucky winner is going to grab these up. So here we go. I have Alicia, I have Carmina, Connie, Jennifer, Kimberly, Margie, Marlene, Randy, Sherry, and Susie. These were my 10 names that left me a comment on last time's live, and that's when we did our little box, our little treat box with the Hershey Kisses and the jam jars. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and pick a name. Okay, here we go. Here's our 10 names, and we're going to choose our winner right now. And the winner is Connie Sobzak. So happy for you, Connie. I'm going to check and see if I have your address. If you're watching this video, if you will email me your address, just in case, you are the proud owner of this beautiful bundle, Counting Sheep and the Sheep Dies. So I will get that out to you as soon as I get a hold of your address. I'm going to go ahead and put your name on here so that I don't forget. And I want to let y'all know that what next week's prize package is going to be. I'm going to pick 2 winners next week, and that'll be when we do our live next week, which will be, next week, it'll be the week after. I will announce when that will happen, but I'll show you. honey, I got your name on that. I am going to choose 2 winners on my next live, which, like I said, this is going to be, each one of you will receive a 6x6 paper pack, and this paper is gorgeous. This was the paper pack called Peaceful Prints. It is so pretty. It has a lot of deer and some buffalo check. Let me open one pack and I'll show this to you so you can just drool for a little bit. But you'll get 4 sheets of the front piece, and then it's also the buffalo check on the back, and then you'll get 4 pieces of this print and the beautiful candy cane stripes on the back. Look at those beautiful snowflakes on that plaid. Isn't that gorgeous? And then just a nice plaid on the back. Christmas trees on this one, and just a little snowflake on greenery on that one. I love this piece right here. This is gorgeous. This is like snowflakes. Isn't that pretty? And then you got this little herringbone weave on the back. And then this is a very pretty crumb cake with the deer and the trees, and just a nice plaid on the back. So 2 packs of this is going out next at our next live. Like I said, I'm not sure, that'll be the week after Thanksgiving. I am going to be taking a break next week because I am going to be celebrating Thanksgiving with my family. So there may be a couple of recorded videos that will go up, but I'm not going to make any promises at this point. It is the holidays. I hope everybody will enjoy the holidays with their family, and I hope y'all have a wonderful holiday season. Thanks so much, and as I always say, God bless and keep you, and always put Him first. He is worthy of our praise and honor. Until we craft again, bye-bye.